Hello everybody, today we're on the Lifan KPX 250 dual sport, and I have a little bit of an issue with this bike in the cold weather, or when it's cold. When I first start it, has a little bit of hesitation, and I did notice I pulled the spark plug on it and it's pretty white, so it seems like it's running fairly lean. And so I thought I would try a little experiment, and today I'm going to show you the spark plug. I've already done my little experiment. I haven't rode it enough to know, but I did start it up and try it. And I'll show you what my spark plug looks like now. And then I'll ride it for a little while. And then I'll come back and I'll do a video on what I ended up with. If you see this video, then more than likely, I feel like it was a good improvement. So let's look at the spark plug first. One thing I like about this KPX 250, it's easy to get to the spark plug. This is a 16 millimeter, in case you didn't know. Oh yeah, it's already looking better. It's looking pretty good, actually. All right, let me go ahead and reinstall this, and then I'll show you what I did. Okay, I have the rack taken off of it, and I'm going to leave it off for a while until I figure out what this is going to end up being on this little experiment of mine. So right now I'm just going to take the seat off. Okay, now I'm going to take this panel off. And I've already got that screw removed. I leave that screw out of it right here because that way I don't have to take the seat off in order to be able to take this panel off to get to my battery. See, if you leave this screw out, all you have to do is take this screw out at the bottom and this one in the front, and then you can pop it out of the holders here. There's one here and one here, and then slide these hooks backwards and it comes out. You don't have to take your seat off to do this. Now I'm going to take this panel off. And it's got a hook. You got to go downhill with that, or forward with it. Put a little light on the subject. This right here is the snorkel for the air breather. As you can see, it's only got half of it open right here. This other half, I have a piece of foam put in there. I'm trying to reduce the amount of airflow through there, and I'll discuss that with you in just a minute. But that's my little experiment. You may be asking yourself, why did you put that foam in the snorkel of your air breather, Herbie? Well, I had a thought about maybe trying to richen the circuit on my motorcycle. With this being electronically fuel injected, it's controlled by the ECU, and we really can't tune it. Can't manipulate the parameters in the ECU. At least that's what I've been told. I'm not a big computer guy, but I don't know that for a fact, but that's what I believe is to be true. So I thought, well, many years ago, there was this guy that had a Kawasaki Concours 1000, had 4 carburetors in it. And guys were getting tired of trying to tune the carburetors. You know what I mean? They take the jets out, they pull the carburetors out, they change the jets, they put the carburetors back in, try it out. It's not right, so they pull it back out, take the jets back out, put different jets in it, put the carburetors back in, try it out again. Well, this guy came up with a solution to all of that. What he decided to do was to put a set jet in for the main and for the pilot, and then alter the air. You got to consider this is an air-fuel mixture that we're dealing with anyway. So instead of altering the fuel, once he had a fuel output that he feels was good enough, he could fine-tune it by plugging up the airbox, using more foam or less foam, depending on how much airflow he wanted to get in there to make the air-fuel mixture. Well, I thought, I don't know if this will work or not. The computer might compensate for this, the ECU. But I thought, I'm going to try it anyway to see what happens. I'll show you when I start it up. So far with initial test, it seems to start and idle better. My RPMs have been 1500 RPMs idling, seems like. And I'm going off the gauge, it just has lines on it, so it doesn't really have an exact number, but I'm estimating about 1600 RPM that it's idling at. But I haven't taken it for a ride yet. I need to ride it a couple of times, and then I want to show you the spark plug to see, if it's made any changes or not. It's already looks like made a change for the better, just a couple of times I've tried starting it and running it in here. So I'm going to see how it does in the long run. This isn't going to end the video here. This is just going to be the end of today. The next day I'm going to go out and I'm going to ride it. I may take my GoPro with me. I don't know what I'm going to do yet. Or I may just come back and show you the findings. Whatever I'm going to do, I just want to share this with you in case you wanted to try it. I don't know. But anyway, this is what he decided to go with. These are just foam, pieces of foam. And they're pre-measured to 1.5 inch thickness, 2 inch by 2 inch, 2 inch long, 2 inch wide, 1.5 inch thick. That's what I use. I just scrunched it up, shoved it in there and let it expand, and that expansion is going to hold it in there where it'll stay. It won't move. You don't have to glue it or anything else like that. It's done fine so far, but we'll see how it does in the long run. But anyway, I'll come back to you whenever I got some kind of results, and we'll go from there. Before I take it out on my ride, I want to show you what the bike does right now. And I'm just going to start it up and let it idle. As you can see, it's idling right between 1 and 2. So it's about 1500 RPM. And it's stone cold. Let me show you what it revs like. Revs nice and crisp and clean. No hesitations or stumble. Alright, it's the next morning and I want to take my bike out to try it out. After my little experiment, as you can see, it's ice cold. Believe it or not, I'm taking it out today and it's 25 degrees. But we have like 4 or 5 days of snow coming. So I think today is going to be about my only day. So let's start it up, see how it does. So far so good. Starts up, idles really well. Close my shield. Now I'm not going to go real far, but I do want to get it out on the highway to be able to get up to highway speed. To see how it does. See, right now it would be cutting out as cold as it is. My bike, I'm not really sure why, but during the summer when it was warm and stuff, when I'd take it out, it would hesitate a little bit until it warmed up. Once it warmed up, it all went away. But whenever I checked the plug was almost pure white. So I could tell it's running lean. I didn't do anything about it until now. I want to try this to see if this makes an improvement or not. And as you can hear, there's no hesitation at all in it. Let me close my vent. I had my vent open, so I may have to edit out some of that wind noise. I guess the last time I rode it was a little bit warm. But I'm gonna full throttle here. I'm gonna show you that it's doing really good. Don't have any hesitations at all in it. And it's running good and smooth. My only real reservation with putting that foam in the snorkel tube was high throttle, high speed, open throttle. I was kind of concerned it wouldn't get enough air volume through it. But it seems like it's doing okay. I'm doing 70, cruising, and I have no problems. So I'm getting ready to get home now. So what I plan on doing is I'm going to park it. I'm going to let it cool down. Then I'll pick up with my other recording device, my phone, and we'll pull the spark plug, see what it looks like, and we'll talk about it a little bit. So I'll get back with you then. I want to show you I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, sometimes 8 on my idle. That's about 1500 RPM, I think, and that's really good. I'm happy with that. Let me rev it up. Boy, it's nice and clean and crisp. Yeah, see, there's 8. So 7 or 8 bars is what I'm averaging on the idle. Alright, the engine's cooled down about a half hour. The exhaust is nice and cold. The engine itself has a little bit of heat to it, but it's not bad. We'll go ahead and check the spark plug now. And I only rode about maybe 20 minutes. But I did some wide open throttle and things. I know a throttle chop, you're supposed to shut it off and check it right after you do the chop, but I didn't. I just wanted to see overall what it was looking like. As you can see, it's still running lean. It leaned out just a little bit from what it was earlier in the video. But it does look like it's a little bit richer. I mean, the electrode and everything is white, and it should be a little bit of a grayish color. So I think it is getting a little better, but it still looks like it's running a little lean. All right, from the looks of the spark plug, I don't think it's a major improvement. The computer may have compensated a little bit for it. I don't really know. But what I do know is that it seemed to have fixed my little bit of cutting out hesitation in the throttle whenever it's cold. And it does seem like the idle has picked up just a little bit in the idle speed. So I'm going to go ahead and leave this foam in. Now it's getting, it's getting close to winter, and I'm probably not going to be riding it a whole lot, but I really do want to test it in warm weather to know for sure if I'm going to leave this in, because the ultimate test now is going to be riding it with this in there in the summertime, and I'm going to recheck the spark plug again in the summertime whenever I ride it in the heat and see how it does. But so far, it seems like it's a win. It seems like it's doing better. and I'm happy with the improvement. And so I think the cold weather riding for sure is going to be better with this piece of foam in here. And these foam pieces, they come from a guy that um, does the carburetors, that did the Kawasaki 1000 carburetors. He sold these and they fit perfectly on that bike, but it seems to work well in this bike as well. If you ever wanted to do this yourself, you do this at your own risk, by the way. It's a 2" by 2" by 1.5" thick piece of foam. It's no big deal. It's a real quick, easy thing to do. And if it doesn't work, you can pull it back out if it makes your bike worse or whatever. But I'm going to leave mine in and see what happens. Anyway, that's all I had for you today. I appreciate you coming along for this little bit of a test. And hopefully it's going to be a win for me. And we'll see how it does in the long run. All right, we'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.